How many times in a work environment have you thought to yourself, should I speak up? Should I stay silent? Should I take the risk? Your chest tightens, your head spins. You call it thinking, but it's no longer thinking, it's stalling. And you tell yourself you need more time, more certainty, more information, but it's not time that you need, it's permission. Permission to act without fear. And the Stoics would have smiled at this because they knew the longer that you wait for certainty, the weaker you become. I'll share with you a story about what happened to me a few years ago. I'd spent weeks preparing for a presentation to my executive leadership team, and it was my first real opportunity to show them what I could do. But as the meeting began, my confidence completely vanished. And every time I wanted to speak, I hesitated. I second-guessed my data. I questioned whether I knew what I was talking about. I questioned my presentation skills. And in the end, I just stayed silent. And someone far less experienced, far less prepared than me spoke up and eventually got all the credit. And the meeting had ended, and I questioned, why didn't I speak up? And it wasn't that I didn't know what the answer was to any of the questions I did, but it's just that I didn't know when to speak. And it's a classic case of overthinking. You see, that day, overthinking stole something from me that day. It wasn't my intelligence, but it was an opportunity that I felt I deserved. And we often lie to ourselves by saying that we're being smartly cautious, or I need more preparation, I need more data. But truly, if we uncover what's going on, it's really fear masquerading as something else. You see, Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." Now, I know it's not as dramatic as life and death, but if you knew this was your only and last opportunity to present yourself to the leadership team, would you hesitate? Probably not. You see, hesitation survives in comfort. When you're out of your comfort zone, you tend not to hesitate. And the Stoics had a word for this. It's called prohairesis. It means faculty of choice. It's your ability to choose how you act or respond, even when you can't choose what happens to you. You see, Epictetus once said, "It's not things that disturb us, but it's our judgment about things." He means the problem isn't our decision, it's our attachment to the outcome. In fact, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos said something very similar a few years ago. He said, "Most decisions should be made with about 70% of the information you wish you had." And he was echoing what the Stoics talked about 2,000 years ago. He was saying that waiting for perfect clarity is just fear pretending to be wisdom. So what should we do instead? Well, we should act. Not recklessly, but virtuously. We should ask ourselves one question, which is, what option can I do going forward that aligns with courage, honesty, and integrity? And then act on it. Because we all know that once we've taken action, then fear loses its grip. Often momentum gives us that clarity. You see, action builds confidence. And often a step, even in the wrong direction, takes us further than 1,000 hesitant thoughts ever could. And Marcus Aurelius summed it up perfectly when he wrote, "A person's worth is measured by the worth of what they pursue." You know, I sometimes think back to that moment a few years ago, and I think, what if I did speak up? My voice might have cracked, I might have hesitated in my words, but it would have sounded real. It might not have sounded perfect, but it may have held the room, and that's what makes people listen. It's the emotions you evoke in them. I certainly wouldn't have won promotion that day, but I would have won something better, something that serves me in the long run far more, which is self-respect, the confidence knowing that I can speak up when I need to, the quiet knowledge that I acted in alignment with who I was trying to be. And it's taken me years since, but I wish I'd done it sooner. So the next time you feel yourself spinning, maybe your heart's racing, maybe you're starting to sweat, get nervous, don't ask yourself, what happens if I fail? But instead, ask yourself, what would the person I'm trying to grow into, what would they do? And then do it. Because wisdom doesn't live in decisive thoughts, it lives in decisive action. Decide and then move. I hope this is useful for everyone who's struggling with overthinking. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more Stoic strategies in videos to come. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.